Good morning, y'all. Let me scoot up because I'm still in bed stuff. Good morning, y'all. So I know I'm still trying to recuperate from flight and coming back home and all of that stuff. So I'm still really, really tired. But I cannot get back in the bed. I got a lot of work to do. So anyway, y'all know when I have something going on, I gotta come on here and talk about it. So you guys will because a lot of people go through the same stuff we all go through. We just don't share it. And I don't want you guys to feel alone in this. So I had an epiphany. One of the things that I am very self-aware, I try to be very self-aware. And I like to try to take accountability for myself and my actions. I don't always look at the other person first. I try to look at myself first. And one of the things over the past couple of weeks that has been like weighing on me very heavily, I had to pray about it, is new relationships. So since I have moved to Houston, I can't like really get you guys to understand that it is very different here. It is very, very, very different here when it comes to the people, especially the Black people. It's different. And they are very nice. And I can't even say the Black people, just the Black people. Everybody that I have come into contact with randomly is just nice. White, Black, Hispanic, you name it. It's very culturally diverse here, which I love. And it is a shock because where I'm coming from, people act scared of people. And not even that, I'm going to even take it back to my household. So how I grew up. So let's see how I can get into this. So going back to relationships. So you guys know that I have relationship groups. So I deal with women, women's empowerment. And then I also deal with relationships like love and romantic relationships. And I do not know it all. But I have a burden for marriage. I have a burden for relationships because I love them. I love especially like the beginning parts of the relationships. I love it, but I always wonder like, Lord, how do I love these relationships like this? And I've never really been in a good one. Isn't that something? But I know it's God that has put a burden on my heart for it. And so I try to learn every day more about relationships, why people think the way they do, why they are the way they are. That's just my thing. And so I've spent the last 10 years of my business trying to figure it out and learning and growing every day, not only for other people, but for myself, because, you know, I don't have a degree in any of this, but my degree is my experience. And I have a lot of that. And like I said, I'm still learning. So anyway, kind of fast forwarding to, sinuses. Kind of fast forwarding to why we're here. Like I said, the people here in Houston are different and they're very friendly and outgoing. And especially if you have a business, like it's almost like it's gold. Like it's like I haven't really met anybody here who doesn't have a business, which is crazy. It's like everybody has one. And so over the past, since I've gotten here, I've, met people and I've developed relationships with people. But I have had them at like a stiff arm, like a strong arm, like football. Like, yeah, I don't know. And so I have been talking to, my cousin and one of my other friends about how to receive these because it's a lot. Like I have my friend circle, like my inner circle, they're locked and loaded and not going anywhere. Like to my knowledge, hopefully they don't go anywhere, but they're locked and they're loaded. And so I'm like, why are other people trying to come into this? Like, I don't want any more friends, I'm not, let me say this, I'm not a no new friends person. I am a no new friends in my circle person, and I want to keep everybody else at bay. Like, okay, you cool, but we don't have to hang out all the time. And another thing is, I really I enjoy my own company, so I like being by myself a lot of the time, and I like having the beat to my beat to my own drum, whatever it is. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I like being at my own stuff, right? And so when I've met these women in business. And it's like people take a liking to you. I'm still strong arming them. And I'm questioning. I call my my homegirl, my cousin Renda Mordecai. I'm like, Ren, what's wrong with me? Because I'm always look inside, because here's my thing. In my heart, I don't want to treat anybody wrong. Like, I want to be nice to people. I really, really do. But it's just like, why we got to go hang out? Why we got to go do this? Like, I don't want to do this. And so Rhea was like, look, you got this women's ministry. Like, you have to learn how. And, oh, my eyes look horrible. Y'all, this sinus is going back and forth from Tennessee here. Ooh, Jesus. Anyway, but, sorry. Just thinking about how you, like, manage those relationships. And my cousin was like, you don't have to figure it out. Like, you got to figure it out. And I was like, I know. And so this is like, it's been on me, like, Lord, what am I doing wrong? Because I shouldn't be feeling like this. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to cultivate these relationships outside of my friendships. I don't want to do that. And when I woke up this morning, it hit me like, you don't know how to be loved properly. So let me step back a little bit. I got a phone call from someone that I met last month when I went to a networking event. Excuse me. And she was like, hey, we got you on the schedule for your birthday. And I was like, what? Yeah, like, I knew we took the birthdays, but in my mind, I'm not thinking it's a big deal. Like, I'm like, okay, it's my birthday. Great to be alive. I make a big deal out of my daughter's birthday, but I don't for mine. Now, I've thrown myself parties or like whatever I need, but I've never really had anybody make a big deal out of me. For real. Like, even when I got engaged, we went to, he called me. I was in Baltimore visiting one of my friends, and he called me. He was like, I had a dream about you. We need to go get a ring. We need to go get married. So we literally went to get a ring, and he didn't even propose really until the lady got on to him at the shop, at the ring shop. And he gave me the ring then, but there was nothing romantic about it. We didn't go on a honeymoon. Like, it just there's nothing like that has really just been like, we're really paying you some attention right now. And it's you're not a big deal, but I believe everybody's a big deal and should be celebrated. But I just never really had anybody like, oh my gosh. And when she called me about my birthday, I know that seems very minute because people celebrate birthdays all the time, but I've never really had somebody just be like, hey, we got you on the calendar. What do you want to do? We're going to celebrate. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? So I'm calling my cousin like, girl, she want to go celebrate, but what are we doing? Like, we don't have to do that. I'm already going out with my daughter. But it's not just her. Then I got another message. We got you on the board for your birthday. What are you doing? What are your plans? And I'm like, what is this? What is this? And God, when I woke up, literally, he said, you're not used to being made a big deal. You're not used to being loved properly. You're not used to being cherished. You're not used to just that care and concern. You're not used to it. You've had to do it by yourself. So even if I can step back from my friends and relationships, I'm going to dig very lightly into my childhood. So growing up, I had good parents. They all had problems like everybody else, but there was no like really love and affection in the household. So I always talk about hugs and kisses and all those things. We didn't have those things in the house. They provided for me very well. They taught me very good values in life, how to work. My work ethic is great. I know how to pay my bills. I know those things. I went to college. I graduated. I have a family. I got married. I had those things. But that component of really like love, care, and affection, I did not grow up with that. And it is still affecting me to this day. I know some people will not admit that, but let me tell you something. I told my cousin today, like when you ask God for something and he shows it to you, you have to be ready to receive it. But not only to receive it, but to deal with it. Because what I do know is, because I deal in these workshops and these relationships with women and men, I gotta have myself together. Like, I have to be self-aware. I can't teach you anything I don't know. I can't talk about anything that I don't know. I mean, I can, but I want to be as authentic as possible. I don't want to come to you making up some bull. You know what I'm saying? And I know there are some households that did not grow up with love. So we don't, like, you grew up with provision, but you didn't grow up with love. And it's like, I don't know how to be vulnerable with anybody. So if you coming to me and I'm thinking you got an ulterior motive, why are you being so nice? Like, what do you want? Why are you trying to latch on to me? Do you think I'm getting ready to go somewhere? So you want to latch on to me? And so that very well could be true, because that can happen, because God has also been dealing with me about discernment. So who's there for what? So I'm in a dual role right now. Make sure that you're mindful about who's around you, but also know how to be vulnerable and receive people, because they're coming to you also for help, care, concern, and to learn how to love and to be vulnerable. Because what I've heard so many times about me is that, Reagan, you feel like home. I can talk to you. I can be myself around you. And you absolutely can. I don't like having phony conversations. I like when we just have good, real conversations, and don't come putting on any airs for me, because I don't want to hear it. And plus, I'm a seer, so I can see when you being phony too. You hear me? I can see that a mile away. I know when you holding back on something. So I like to have those really good, deep conversations, and I love to hear your stories. But here's the thing. As God is, taking me to newer heights and newer levels, He's revealing more about me. And as He reveals more about me, it's here to help not only myself, but to help you. And so one of the things He showed me also this morning is, I have to bring you these friends. And I also have to reveal stuff about yourself. So when your husband comes, listen, y'all know I keep saying I'm stepdaddy ready, and I can be stepdaddy ready, physically. I'm trying to get there, Lord. Listen. It's a slow road, but it's coming. And so trying to get there, physically, but I want my heart to be pure. I want to be able to love Him correctly and properly in the way He needs to be loved and how He wants to be loved. But also, I talk to people all the time about learning how to receive love and learning how to be able to receive gifts. And I have to be able to do the same. So what happens if I kind of stay comfortable and say, you know what, I'm going to stay like I am. I'm not going to learn how to love. I'm not going to learn how to receive these friendships. Then guess what? He can't really bring me his best man for me, because what I'm asking for, I can't receive it. And that was one of the big reasons I said that I wanted to write, the Build-A-Man, because a lot of the times women ask for things that they're not ready for. I know men do the same thing too, but I'm a woman, so I can only speak about women, right? Yeah. And so how can I ask God, Lord, I want your best for me. I want this man to love me and care for me and honor me and cherish me and do all the things for me. And I don't know how to receive them, because I'm not used to receiving that love. And He said, I have to start showing you through these friendships first. This is good to me. This is so good to me. And when He showed me that, I was like, oh my gosh, epiphany. And so this morning, I just wanted to encourage you guys, if you're not going to therapy, man, I suggest that. I said I need to go back, but one good thing about me is I have the Holy Spirit until I get a therapist. And like I said, I'm very self-aware, and I like to know more about myself and why I am the way I am, and why I'm stubborn, and why, all the things. Why am I all of that? And try to work on me first before I look outward, right? And then I keep good counsel around me. Like Mordecai, I told her this morning, Lorinda, y'all hear me call Mordecai. I always call, it's my cousin, Lorinda, Mordecai. She is my Mordecai in this season. My friend, I have other friends that I talk to specifically that just really help me and hold me accountable in different areas of my life. And I'm very appreciative of that, because a lot of people don't have it. So the season that I'm walking in right now is really different. Like it's a learning season. It's a take your time season. It's all the things. It's all the things. And I'm excited about it though. Like I'm excited about learning about myself and learning about others, and trying to balance out how this is going to work when it comes to my business and relationships, because, also you don't have to like everybody you're in relationship with as far as like business is concerned, or needing certain things, but just to be nice. You know what I mean? So I'm learning a lot about different types of relationships right now, but I just wanted to talk about, making sure that we're very self-aware of the people that are around us and making sure that you have that love and support, because the things that you may be asking God for these relationships, even with friendships, if it's not romantic, and you need to look at yourself and say, am I welcoming? You know, do they feel heard? Do they feel seen? Am I being mean to them? Because I almost had to catch myself yesterday, like, it's just my birthday. Like, what are you talking about? It's not a big deal. But it was enough for them to call me and check on me to see what I was doing. And, you know, it's small, but it's big to me. Because, like I said, when you never really had anybody, like my friends, like we get together for birthdays, but it's not like, it's just, it's a difference. It is a big difference. And because I know them, but these are people I don't know and I just met. And so I'm like, what you got? What's your ulterior motive? And I don't want to do my man like that when God brings them. When he brings them, I want to be like, I'm used to this good treatment. You know, I'm used to this love. I'm used to this care. I'm used to this attention. I give it to myself, but I'm not used to it from others. So God was like, I got to get you used to it from others before I bring him, because I know he's around the corner. I keep telling y'all that. Get y'all's wedding dress ready. Now, all of y'all can't go. Now, my cousin said I need to have a Dating is Dead wedding and invite all of y'all so y'all know it's real. I don't know about that, because some of y'all be nosy. Did you see what Reagan? I ain't got time for that. Listen, I really just want my close friends and family that rock with me to be there, but we'll see what thus saith the Lord. It might be a Lifetime movie or something like that. You just never know. But anyway, I'm going to pop off here. I low-key really want to get back into bed because I'm tired. But the joy of the Lord is my strength. Let the weak say I am strong. Let the poor say I am rich. Lord have mercy. But anyway, I'm going to pop off here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is your girl, Reagan Adams, with All Things Reagan. And Reagan says, I think it, I see it, I do it. You guys have a good one. Bye.